Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Sewing Behind the Scenes with Melissa Couture. Thanks to all of my new subscribers, all of my new followers, I am going to share a lot more about me. Okay, this is my first time doing this, you guys. This is my first tutorial video for a little behind the scenes action on everything custom sewing. I just want to bring you a peek into my life on how I run my business, actually on how, I got started. So many different things I want to talk about on this channel. This is going to be more of a sewing blog. It's going to be about a little bit of everything sewing related, tricks of the trade, all of my experiences, all of my sewing jobs, how I got started, my birthplace, everything, you guys. It's going to be a nice vlog series coming up. So yes, you guys, I am from Baltimore, Maryland. And I grew up there, went to a cool design school there in high school. It was George Washington Carver, where it was an amazing trade school. Now, I had no idea that this trade will carry me for, pretty much the rest of my life. This is what I wind up doing as a career. And I learned this in high school as a trade. So to attend George Washington Carver, you actually had to write like an essay or so, telling them why you want to go to the school and what trades you wanted to take up. In Baltimore, there were 3 trade schools. It was Carver Tech, it was Mervo, and I want to say it was Poly. I'm not for sure. But if you're from Baltimore, please go down in the comments and let me know which trade school. All 3 trade schools, definitely were 3. And the one that I attended was George Washington Carver. And we came in the 9th grade and we learned the trade from 9th grade all the way to senior year. So it was just a great thing to learn 4 years of this trade before I actually stepped out into the real world. I really wanted to go to the school, side note, because my older sister actually attended that school. She's 4 years older than me. And I wanted to, kind of go behind her. And that's how I learned about the trade school, for one. So I wanted to go to there because she was into childcare and I think it was cosmetology. She was doing one of the two. But this school had childcare, cosmetology, bricklaying, accounting, culinary, any trade you can think of relating to having your own business was taught in this school. And we were taught at a young age. So now that I'm growing up, I'm saying that God had already placed the tools I needed fresh, 15, 16, starting fresh. So I started out with apparel design. I stuck with that trade all 4 years. It's almost like in college when you want to change your trade. So if you go into business and you only like business, you can change your trade into like cosmetology or something. So you had people that was doing that, things like that. But what I did, I stayed in apparel design for 9th grade to 12th grade. So now I actually learned every single step of sewing. Like now they have schools, institutions, and fashion institutions that teach you, everything from making a pattern, draping, everything. But this was taught at my high school. So when we first started, I actually had to do the dry cleaning class. I was like, what is a dry cleaning? So we started off in dry cleaning. Actually had the real dry cleaning press machines that I worked on at previous jobs in the future. I'll get to that. I have so many sewing jobs, you guys. Going back, Carnival Tech 9th grade, dry cleaning. So dry cleaning was fine. It was boring, but it was fine. And then, we did that for a few months, and then they finally transferred over to the sewing class. My sewing teacher was this lovely. It's almost like a grandmother figure. Her name was Miss Washington. She taught everything. She was an older lady, black lady. We had, I want to say, maybe 20 industrial machines in this classroom. Now, when I tell you, you can sew on anything. You can sew on the tabletops. But when you learn how to sew on a professional industrial sewing machine, there's nothing compares to it. So I learned this day one out the gate. Industrial sewing machine. So we learned how to sew on the industrial sewing machine. We had serger machines. We had embroidery machines. We had, I don't know. It just looking back, I'm so glad that I was able to experience that. because it was great. So the sewing in class, you start out making pillows and blankets and things like that. And then senior year, I mean, then 10th grade year, we learned how to like cut a skirt, do a blouse, you know. 11th grade year, we was going to prom. So we started doing a little bit more layering games, started working with the embroidery machines, different type of machines. And then this is, again, you guys, I was 15, 16, 17 doing this. So I learned how to sew at a young age, okay? And I thank God for it. Because this trade will always pay off. Period. We had a real big table. It was a big square, like a cutting table in a sense, but it was really, really, really big. It sit about 30 people. And we would discuss. She started off with us discussing on things we wanted to make and things like that. But she just started off really slow. We started out making pillows and blankets. Like we would make pillows and blankets, right? And we would sell them at the school. And it's funny because we all made money in the school. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like the culinary people who did cooking, they sold lunches outside of lunch. So you can go get the lunch, the pizza they always give you every day, or you can go to the cooking trade. They'll have French fries, burgers, hot dogs. You can eat that instead, but you have to pay for it. So that's where everybody was at in school, lining up, paying for food. But so same thing with us. We would make things during Christmas time and sell them to the school, the teachers, the school, like socks, blankets, all types of stuff. Um, the men downstairs in we had a wood shop. They actually were making the signs for the McDonald's. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they were already using us as the trade. And I mean, I hate to say it now, like it was a slave trade. Dare to say that, but that's really what it was because we were doing all the city stuff for free because we were a school, but we still made money in the school, you know. So then again, I don't know, but we didn't get any of the money, you know what I'm saying? Just gave it back to the school. But anyway, I do have this fun story that once I came from out of high school, I I wanted to just be as big as fashion designer. Okay. This was my thing. I was going to, you might tell me, not thinking it might tell me I was not going to be this fashion designer. So that was always something that was in me. So one day, it was a senior that came into the class. I was like, I could have been in 10th grade. It was a senior that came into the class. She was coming back to say hello. Most time you come back to say hello to your teachers. So she came back to say, hello, Miss Washington. Thank you so much. Look what I did. She had this big portfolio of so much work that she's done, like sewing. Like this is back when people used to keep them binders and pictures in them. She had the big binder. Okay, came in there with her binder, showing everybody her stuff. I looked at her, and was like, "Oh my god, you can." I never put two and two together. I never thought that I could make clothes for a living or make. So I said to myself, I want to do that. I literally said to myself, I want to do that. I want to have a book of all the stuff that I've sewn. So that right there was set the precedence right there. So yeah, so I took my trade and I ran with it. I ran with it. I told myself I will never work at a fast food place. I don't know what it was about McDonald's and Burger King. I said I will never. I will never do it. So I never wanted to work at fast food. So I always wanted to stay in that trade. So I learned how to do a little things from dry cleaners or things like that. This little stuff I would do to keep me going and motivated because I started making prom dresses. So that just took off. But I said that to say, like, sometimes you may not know that you already have the trade or you don't realize that you're already working in your trade, but God has already put it in us. We just have to open it up and use it. So this is where the place where I am in my life now, where I want to use it and share it. I've been sewing for 25 years and I know I look young. Thank to God. Been sewing for 25 years. I have a lot of sewing experience. I have a lot of sewing stories and trilogies and chronicles and all of it. So I just want to share with you guys about all of my life struggles, hiccups, my life champion wins, and from going to Fashion Week trying out for Project Runway, all these things that I've done, I want to share with you guys. And also, I wanted to talk about um, what I would do for fun. um, this is back when people used to wear like socks and slouch socks and long sleeve shirts like these, but they could be like stripes or a print on them. I would cut them into short sleeve, cut the shirt to short sleeve, use the rest of the fabric, make a sock, close it up, put the elastic in it, and make socks to match my blouse. So whenever I would go to the store, if I go like to Goodwill, if I go to like 579 or wherever I would shop, back then I would buy long sleeve shirts just so I can cut them and make matching socks. It was the funniest thing. I started doing it, and then a lot of people in my school was like, "Oh, where you get that from? Or where you get this from? Or where you get it from?" I'm like, "Well, I made it. I made it." I'm like, "Oh, can you make me some? Can you make me some?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can make you some." So that's how it all started, with just literally just a cutting the shirt to make matching socks. Like, so I was doing it for almost everybody in the school. All the girls wanted matching socks with their clothes. I don't know what it was about, but everybody wanted it. This is back when you would wear your socks all the way up, and then you would have your boots, your shoes, your heels, or we wore heels in high school. So you have your high heel boots on, but you have your matching socks. It was just a thing, and they need to bring that style back. But you know what? I need to bring it back. But so what happened was my 12th grade year, we had to make two big important outfits to get a good grade. So at this point, I've been sewing for people for a while. I've been like doing, besides doing the socks and stuff, I would do like a little skirt here and there, a blouse here and there. I never really was sewing for myself, but I would sew for other people. So when my 12th grade year came around, we had to make our all white outfit, which is a farewell outfit, they called it back then, but everybody had to wear white to go to this party. It's like they take our class out on like a cruise, or you would go to somewhere nice. So you had to make our outfit for that, and then you will make your prom dress or someone's prom dress. So that was the challenge, Project Runway. So now I'm in senior year. I got this cool design of Destiny's Child. Okay, yes, I'm a Beyonce fan. But my senior prom, it was a silver and white dress, and it had this one people used to put sheer across their stomach, and I made it high low, so it was short in the front, long in the back, and I went like this step, like a tier step thing in the back. So I made like these tier step things in the back, and I had an off the shoulder like I'm doing now. I loved off the shoulder looks. I had off the shoulder, and it was amazing. So this is my first prom dress, and I passed the class. Okay, first prom dress, knocked out the park. Not only did I make my prom dress, I made two other girls' dresses that was in my class as well. So that's pretty much how I started, guys. I started out with prom. Started out with prom. The following years, when my sister went to prom, and I did the whole all her friends prom. And my younger sister, I and a friend, we dressed up as Destiny's Child. Okay, I'm gonna have to show you this picture. You know what? This is not even my prom. This is my sister's prom. I did her dress, and maybe about six of her friends' dress, and I all made them wear the same color. I said, we're going to be cohesive, but we're going to do champagne. And I made everybody wear champagne, all eight girls. I made all of their dresses. It was so fun. And I went to prom with my sister as Destiny's Child. And then every year after that, people just call me. Hey, you did my cousin's dress. You did my sister's dress. You did so-and-so's dress. This is back when word of mouth. There was no Facebook. There was no Instagram. There was just MySpace. Okay. So you would go in there, post your pictures with your music. It wasn't a whole lot of, oh, I seen this girl in this, I want that. It was just being really creative, thinking outside the box. Could nobody reference nobody else's dress. You had to come up with your own design, which is why I have my own, even to this day, I still carry a sketchbook with my sketches in it. These are clients that I've done throughout the years, but I have so many of these books. I have so many of these books. So just like the girl, how she had the binder with the pictures, I had a binder too, but I stopped using the binder after a while. I have my books of my sketches. So that's enough for me because I know it. I still can go with the picture, reference the picture. But the point is, I sketched it myself. I drew it myself, and yeah. So fashion design was always there in me, and I just ran with it, guys. So fun fact: my neighbor at the time, back when I lived not too far from Park Heights, but my block was a quiet block. Like if you know, like certain areas in Baltimore, like even though you were close to Park Heights, your street still could be a good street. My neighbor made my junior prom dress, but I watched her make it. Like I went to her house every day after school. She had like a little sewing room just like this, a little sewing room just like this. I want to say, and she made my prom dress. It was an ivory prom dress, like an ivory satin silk, and it had sleeves. It had gloves. I'm sorry. Her ex to make me some gloves. It had the split, and we had it like this trim. Let me tell you guys, I was so happy. I went over her house every day after school for her to watch her make this dress for me. And then I said, well, I'm gonna do this for myself senior year, not even knowing that was going to be one of the things to pass the class. If you ever work with me in any of my sewing jobs, you guys will know. Like, but if you haven't worked with me, drop down the comments and let me know which job you worked with me and what was my position at that job. This is Nella Couture, sewing behind the scenes.